Hey everybody, it's your girl Raquel, and this is Reading the Pages of Life. We are continuing with the book, The Secret. If you have not got it, I want to encourage you to please pick it up. It is an awesome read. Okay, just kind of covering some of our bases of what we already talked about. Now, understanding that The Secret basically says like attracts like. Okay, what you put out to the universe, what you ask for, with your mind, with your thought process, that is what comes back to you. Okay, now as far as being positive and wanting a healthy, happy, peaceful, long-lasting life, there are some keys to the secret, to making the secret work. We've already talked about, first you have to ask, then you have to believe, then you have to receive. Okay, so now we're going to continue on and talk about the powerful process of the secret and how we actually make it work for us. Okay, so the powerful process, we're reading on page 71. Dr. Joe, I want to say his last name is Vital. Dr. Joe Vital says, a lot of people feel stuck or imprisoned or confined by their current circumstances. Whatever your circumstances right now, that is only your current reality. And current reality will begin to change as a result of beginning to use, as you begin to use the secret. So now, have you heard people say, now I often say this too, but have you heard people say, your perception is your reality? And that is so true, because what you perceive to be true in your world is your reality. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it really is the truth, but it's your perception. And because you perceive it to be a certain way, then that's how you live. You live your life based on your current situation and your current circumstance. So what Joel is saying, that once you understand the keys and the powerful process of the secret, you can begin to change that. You don't have to stay stuck in that situation. This is what the process is talking about. You do not have to stay stuck. Okay. One of the keys, one of the very important keys, is the power of expectation. Now, what are you expecting? Because if you're expecting negative, if you're expecting bad, and you are putting that energy out there, and you're putting all of your energy in that expectation of something bad happening, the secret says that's what you're going to draw to you. Okay, so if you're expecting a miracle, if you're expecting good things, if you're expecting to find that good mate, if you're expecting to find that good job, if you're expecting the positive and you're dwelling, I'm not just saying on occasion you think about it, but I'm saying that this has become the way that you think, the way that you live. I'm thinking positive. I am expecting that. The secret says, then that is what is going to, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to attract in your life. So the power of expectation, that is very important. Okay, so here's another one. Let's see. One of the authors wrote, I would like to share a process with you that came from the great teacher Neville Goddard in a lecture he delivered in 1954 entitled The Pruning Shears of Revision. This process had a profound effect on my life. Neville recommended at the end of every day before you go to sleep to think through the events of the day. If any event or moment did not go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind in a way that thrills you. Basically, replay it in your mind and see it the way you would have wanted it to have gone. Now, here's the thing that is just so, man, powerful to me, and we don't even realize these things. The mind is very, very powerful. God lives in the mind and in the spirit, because you can't physically with your hand touch the mind. It is a supernatural force. And so therefore, once you understand how to operate within the power that you have in your mind, man, our lives are going to be so different, so awesome, and so amazing. I mean, I'm really enjoying this. I have been learning as I'm going through this with you guys. Things have been clicking in my mind, and I'm like, wow, okay, I get it. I get it. I have to process this stuff. The mind, they say, is such a terrible thing to waste. You know that saying? Well, they say it because of an educational wise. You know, the mind is a terrible thing to waste because you could really study and learn and get stuff in there. But the mind is a terrible thing to waste because it is a powerful tool to help us live and be all that we can be. So the next powerful key is gratitude. Now, this author, Rhonda Byrne, she wrote a whole nother book on gratitude, and that's the magic of gratitude. Um, when I read that, because I read that book too, but when I read that, a lot of light bulbs started going off in my head. But the power of being grateful, the power of feeling grateful and actually demonstrating gratefulness. Now, we know that when we do something for somebody, if we have any kind of inkling that it looked like they are not grateful, what happens? We get upset. We are offended. You just, with your ungrateful self, you're just ungrateful, you know, because you said this or didn't do that or whatever. You're just ungrateful. So we know how it feels when we do something for someone and they act like they're not grateful, or they may, you know, show a certain look on their face that look like they're not grateful, and we get upset. It's the same concept. You are not going to want to do anything else for that person because they're being ungrateful. Well, with the power of the secret, gratefulness is like a major tool that will attract good or bad in your life, because that is an energy, that is a frequency. What frequency are you operating on? Are you operating on the frequency of gratitude, or are you operating on a frequency of ungratefulness? One of the things that, let's see, Dr. Joel Vitale, he was saying, let's see, what can you do right now to begin to turn your life around? The very first thing is to start making a list of things to be grateful for. This shifts your energy and starts to shift your thinking. Now, again, remember when we talked about how people may feel stuck in a certain situation, and so all you're thinking about is your current situation. Your perception is your reality. So my life is so bad and everything is, you know, going downhill, and, you know, my dog died and just everything is bad. But when you start to see it in a different light and you start to feel grateful and really be grateful for the things that you have, then your whole energy, your whole atmosphere, your whole outlook will start to change. Okay? Now, let's see. It says the daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your wealth will come to you. Now, that is very interesting. The daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your wealth will come to you. Okay. Now, here's something else, which is really interesting to me, because a lot of times we do not understand the power of our words. Okay. The Bible says the power of life or death lies within the tongue. Okay. It also talks about every member of your body, the arm member, the foot member, you know, the shoulder member, whatever, every part of the body, it seems that we can tame or we can control. But the tongue, we cannot control. That seems to be the hardest thing to control. But can you imagine if you understood the power of positive, okay, and blessings that can flow from your mouth, that you can actually speak it and make it happen? Where do we get that power from? Where does that come from? Well, without getting too deep, okay, God has many names, okay. Like we talked about this a little bit earlier, some call him the universe, but in the Bible, he has many names that he is recognized by. When God sent Moses to to Egypt, to tell Pharaoh to set the Israelites free, to set his people free. Moses had was before a burning bush. God appeared to Moses in a burning bush, and Moses was talking. And one of the things that Moses was like, well, who should I say sent me? And what power or authority do I have? And God said to him, I am that I am. And you tell them, I am sent you. Now, here's a key, people, and I want you to catch this. And I don't want to get too deep because I've been told that sometimes I go a little bit too deep. The presence of the I am, and you all have to understand this. When God created us, he breathed into us and he gave us a portion of himself. So when we speak in authority in the sense of I am, we are causing a manifestation of God's power that he has given to us to operate through our words, to speak to the elements and to the universe to cause some things to happen. And so with the secret in the spirit of being grateful and understanding the power of your words, when you write down your list of things that you are grateful for, you are saying, I am grateful for whatever. Now, that's a whole different study, the power of the I am, or the I am presence. But you have to understand that the I am lives within you. Okay, so you are the I am, and I am the I am. We have a portion of the I am. So when we speak, I am life, I am healed, and I am grateful, we are communing with the I am to actually mirror who he is and what he is in our life. He is good. He is healed. He is all that we need. So therefore, when we speak it and we put it out there, we're saying, I am grateful. The I am that you have placed inside of me is grateful for what you have done for me. So I don't want you guys to miss that. Gratefulness. So when you do your list, you start every sentence with, I am grateful for, or I am blessed because I am. So do not forget to do that. Make your list, your gratitude list. And every morning and every night before you go to bed, you say those things. And not just say it, because here's the key that's so important. There has to be, you have to believe it, people. You have to believe. Don't you know that you can't get over on God or the universe or whatever? You can't get over, okay, on the spirits and the elements. Everything. God knows he created you. So he knows how you're truly feeling. So if you don't feel it and you're just putting it out there, you can't actually make a manifestation happen. You have to believe it, and you have to talk to yourself until yourself get it, until yourself start to believe it. Okay? So gratitude, the power of being grateful will shift some things in your life. Very, very, very important. Okay, let's see. What else? Where are we? Okay, the power of visualization. You have to visualize yourself in that place that you want to be, in that different place. Okay, so we have the power of expectation. We have the power of being grateful. Then we have the power of visualization. You have to visualize and actually see it and make it happen. Write the vision and make it plain, people. Write the vision and make it plain. Visualize yourself in that house. Visualize yourself in that job, in that car, with that mate, with children. Whatever the situation is, visualize yourself healed. But again, there has to be a belief, and you have to change your whole mindset, your whole concept about it. It has to be, yes, I am healed and I feel healed. Yes, I will have that job, and I know I'm feeling like I have that job. I'm feeling like I'm that CEO. I'm feeling like I'm that executive secretary, whatever it is. You have to believe it, and you have to walk in that authority. Do you guys hear what I'm saying to you? Okay, so just to wrap up on those areas, let's see what we have. Okay, expectation, gratitude, the giving thanks, visualization. Now, to use the law of attraction to your advantage, it has to be a daily thing. It cannot be something like, oh yeah, well, I tried that for a couple of weeks, but nothing happened. It didn't work. See, just that whole attitude of, well, I'll try it for a couple of weeks and see what happens. No, this has to be a daily practice. You have to incorporate it in your life every day without thinking. It has to be second nature to you, that you have, when any negative thoughts come your way, you dismiss them out of your head immediately. Okay, and when you're writing down your list of your grateful things, I am grateful for it, and you're saying it, and you're saying these things in the morning, you're saying these things before you go to bed at night. It has to be habitual. It has to be something that you do all the time. Okay. And again, when we talked about at the end of the night, at the end of your day, and replaying the things that have gone on throughout the day and the things that did not go right, replay those things the way you wanted them to happen in your head, and start to feel good about it. Start to feel how you would have felt if it would have went your way. Okay, so I'm hoping you guys are really enjoying this and getting this. I know I am. Okay, and I want to leave you with this. What are you reading that is feeding your subconscious mind, your thought process, your soul, the things that are forming and shaping the way you see yourself, the way you believe and feel about yourself? What are you reading? I love you guys, and stay with me. All right, we got some good stuff to finish. Be blessed.